Gifts and Symbols of Yoga. Chapters 1. Introduction. 2. Land Gifts. 3. Meh Meadow. 4. Growing Like Weeds. 5. Shake on It. 6. Woven Stories. 7. Pipe of Peace. 8. Arguments. 9. Treaties Map and Conclusion. Introduction. When treaties are made, why gifts and symbols are not involved, and treaties are just a piece of paper? Well, some gifts and symbols are included in treaties. Okay, treaties define us who we are as nations. It defines us who we were at treaty time, and why we still exist today as we are. So the treaty is more than the word that mentions us. It talks about the spirit part of it. It talks about who we are as nations, the gifts that the Creator has given to us, our relationship to the Creator, to the land, and to us as people, and the languages that we speak, and the teachings, and our history, and our way of life. Land gifts. An important treaty was made in 1764, and about 2,000 Indigenous peoples came to Niagara Falls to meet the British. The treaty was a foundation for all future treaties. For the First Nations people, the land was a gift from the Anishinaabe Creator. The Anishinaabe Creator taught the First Nations how they would respect and look after the land. This will have good creation from the Creator. However, Europeans did not understand or learn these teachings. Because of that, the land would have to be divided up part by part by signing a treaty. Meh Medal. This medal was given to Manitoba Anishinaabe chiefs during treaty talks in the early 1870s. It went all over at first until the silver coating started to wear off. This Anishinaabe rejected the medals because of them. Such an important medal should be pure silver and should last forever, like the treaties were made. It was made from the Indians of the Northwest Territories. Growing like weeds. During treaty talks, which is now called British Columbia, representatives of the Crown gave gifts of European plants such as layax, Scotch root, and rhubarb. They thought it would be good for nature, but it was a very bad idea. Poison ivy and Scotch wiped out all the other plants that grew naturally in British Columbia. European plants didn't even provide food or a place for local animals to live. Shake on It. The medal "Shake on It" was given starting in 1873. Before that, in 1760, the British had defeated the French and headed to settle in Canada. But the Indigenous people were very anxious for peace, so they made peace and friendship treaties. On one treaty, they got this gift called "Shake on It". It had an image of the First Nations leader shaking hands with a British officer on one side. On the other side, it has a picture of Queen Victoria on the other. It was used until the death of the Queen in 1901. This medal was made with pure silver and was the sign of the number one Indian treaty. Woven stories. Wampum are small tubes-shaped beads that are made from shells or water creatures such as clams, whelks, and quahogs. When the beads join together, the beads join together make wampum bells. Woven stories come from the Woven stories come from these wampum bells. It also shows the agreement of treaties and the relationship between the Europeans. Haudenosaunee chiefs used wampum bells as well as other nations for signs of treaties. Pipe of Peace. When a treaty smoked a pipe of peace, it shows the agreement of the treaty. This gift is signed to be the witness of the promises to be kept forever and the blessed for the people that are involved. The piece of pipe, which was used by a First Nations leader in 1701, which was the Great Peace of Montreal, with the First Nations and settlers in New France. There's a pipe ceremony in First Nations. When you blow the pipe, the Indigenous he was get the spirits from the gift someone gave to him, like tobacco that Europeans gave them. Now I'm going to share some arguments. First argument is that why do Indigenous peoples have to follow every treaty by Europeans? They have been living in Canada for thousands, they've been in Canada before the Europeans came. So why do you have to like divide or steal their land. And why are they taking away the shake on that medal after the Queen's death in 1901? They can keep it forever. Like do you don't need it for anything. Let's talk about the treaties map. Here's a treaties map on the left side. It has a it has a it has 11 treaties on as you see it. Alright, now let's talk about the conclusion. The conclusion is that today these treaties that you see on the map still will live forever as the agreements of the Indigenous and the British. And don't forget one thing. We are all treaty people.